Okay, this video is Internist conversation number 21. All right, so I was at a social event with a bunch of doctors, and I ran into this internal medicine doctor from one of the local universities. And so, I was talking to him briefly, and I said to him, you guys really ought to invite me to talk. There's a lot of stuff I know. I'd be happy to teach you guys. I'm so far ahead of you guys. And he got very offended. He's like, that's a very arrogant thing of you to say. And I go, well, it's true. I know how to cure lots of your patients that you guys don't know how to cure. And he goes, oh yeah, I'm not so sure. How would you like it if I said that I knew a lot about your field you didn't know? And me, I said, I would say, go ahead, prove it. And he said, do you think we're stupid? Do you think we don't know anything? Do you think our dietitians and our weight loss coaches and our bariatric surgeons are just wasting their time and they don't know anything? And I said, well, you know what? I've met a lot of people from your university, and I've never met anybody that was well educated about nutrition, epidemiology, toxicology, or pathophysiology. Okay, this is a guy who teaches residents, all right? And he goes, you are so arrogant, it is unbelievable. And me, I said, well, it's the truth. And he goes, well, I believe in conventional medicine, he says, and in our dietitians, our weight loss coaches, and our surgeons. And I said, well, I've gone through your textbooks. I know that the great pioneers in nutrition, epidemiology, toxicology, pathophysiology, they're not even in your books. They're not in your textbooks. They've been forgotten, ignored. And he goes, so what? Lots of stuff gets forgotten. The medical texts of the ancient Egyptians, the ancient Greeks, and the ancient India, they've all been largely forgotten. And I said, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in the last century, even mostly in the last 60 years. People like Dr. Kempner, Nathan Pritikin, McDougall, Esselstyn, etc. All of this stuff in the last 60 years, none of it gets into your books, none of it gets into your literature, none of it is taught to your resident, none of it is on your standardized boards exam. You guys don't know it exists. I said, I've had residents that have previously been trained by you, and they have told me, I've asked them 50 questions in a row about basic stuff with atherosclerosis, diabetes, and hypertension. They can't answer a single question, not one. And he got real kind of pissed off about that. And he said, look at the way you behave. He says, you are so arrogant and insulting. He says, no one from conventional medicine is ever going to talk to you. I said, well, you know what? You can go to my YouTube channel. All my videos are free. And if you want to learn, you will see there's a lot of useful information out there. There's an alternative universe of understanding about nutrition, epidemiology, pathophysiology, and how to help patients that you guys don't know. And he said, well, I got to get going. I'll see you later. And so my thought to you, what are the odds this guy's ever going to teach his residents or himself about low-fat vegan diet with no oils? It's 0%, okay? It would mean a loss of prestige for him. It would mean a lot of hassle and work to learn all this stuff. He wouldn't make any money for it. His higher-ups wouldn't be pleased with him if he starts teaching something that doesn't bring money to the clinic or to the hospital or to whatever place they're working at. So I can tell you, this is never going to get into conventional medicine. These guys are like gatekeepers. They don't want it. Okay, they want to keep their own prestige high. Nobody gives a shit about patients. Patients are considered low-life, poor, stupid people, undeserving of anything. Talking apes based on atheistic Darwinism. All of medicine is based on an atheistic Darwinism viewpoint. Okay. So anyways, like I said, he believes in conventional medicine. He doesn't believe in curing people, that's for sure. Anyways, I thought you might find that interesting.